Good morning and welcome to this week's weekly soul guidance. It's week commencing the 13th of March. How are you doing? I'm sitting in my garden in Spain in front of my lemon tree. It's absolutely amazing. When you need a lemon, you just go and grab one. If you live in England, you'll know how amazing that is. And if you live in England, I know you've got a lot of snow at the moment. Mum's been sending me pictures of her house in North Wales. It's unbelievable. So I hope that clears for you soon, and I won't rub it in too much of how sunny it's been here. What was I going to say? Yes, so this time next week, Monday, it's Spring Equinox, and just before I forget, in my private Facebook group, we're going to be making a Spring Equinox crystal elixir together, and there's kind of preparation that you have to do for that, so look out next Thursday in my private Facebook group for instructions, what crystals we're going to use, and how we're going to make it. So there's not a lot going on this week astrologically. There'll be a lot of build-up to the spring equinox, which is next Monday, as I said. But also what happens next Monday is we go into Aries season. So it's like this week is like the ending of the astrological calendar, because Aries is the first zodiac sign. So on Monday the sun moves into Aries as well as the spring equinox, and then on Tuesday next week it's the new moon as well. So there's a lot going on at the beginning of next week, so we'll probably feel those energies building up to that, but nothing big going on this week. How did you get on last week with the full moon? It was actually on Monday, wasn't it? I did feel on Monday some energies of frustration and definitely having to watch my words. That came out, didn't it, in the reading? Having to like really be careful with what I was saying because I was feeling frustrated about some things. So how did you get on with the full moon last week? Let me know. Now, I'm not bringing the cards up on the screen this morning. I've just got them here. I'll hold them up. Mainly because I haven't got much time. I've got my daughter and boyfriend over this week, and we're going to go out for the day today. We had a day on the beach yesterday and it was gorgeous. So, first question then that we always ask: what will the energy of the week be as a whole? And it's interesting because another sacred geometry shape came out. And last week we had the dodecahedron, didn't we? And the what is reflected in the outside world is what's going on inside you. And we talked about chaos and the throat chakra. And this week in the Amanda Ellis Metatron deck, we've got the cube, which is associated with the root chakra and grounding. So the energy of this week, the cards are telling us, is to make sure that we are grounded and working with the platonic solid, the cube shape. So if you have got any cube shaped crystals, these will be great to meditate with this week. If you haven't, you can just close your eyes and imagine the shape of a cube entering your root chakra, because each platonic solid is linked to a chakra and the cube is the root. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's probably one of the most stable shapes. It's hard to knock a cube over because of its flat sides. So meditating, imagining that shape going into your root chakra will help this week. And each sacred geometry shape is linked to an element as well, and the element of earth in this deck. So this week we need to connect into Mother Earth, make sure that we're grounded. And I was just looking for the book to see if there's anything that stands out in Amanda's words. So it says ongoing energetic upgrades, solar flares. Yeah, we're being hit with those again. Portals of light, attunements and so on, while positive, need anchoring through you into the ground. If you don't do this, you can feel lightheaded, off balance and unintegrated. Getting out in nature is a great healer. Toxins and heavy energies may be sitting within you that need to be released into the earth and transmuted. Electromagnetic smog and air pollution. additives and chemicals in your diet. The earth is able to process all of this. So you do this by simply connecting via meditation to a special place, or by sitting or walking on the land and allowing the light you carry to nourish her soil, giving back crystals that have been taken from her when your need for them is gone. Yeah, so if you have any crystals that break, a great thing to do is bury them back into earth, because that's where they came from. It says you can help clean the beaches and pick litter from the hedgerows. There's a good one. So looking at the image of fields on this card, can you see the green shoots? It asks you to... Lost my place. Oh, it asks you to ground your ideas, thoughts and plans into reality. Green shoots of new beginnings in any area of life first need to be sown and then cultivated with time and effort. So think carefully about what you wish to plant for this year. So these are great things for the Spring Equinox next week as well. What areas need focus and care? And then the clear quartz cube on the card is a sacred geometry shaped loop to the base chakra and the earth star chakra. Reminds you of the need for strong foundations and thinking outside of the box. So whether you're putting down a deposit on an educational course, writing a CV, or painting a room to make it into an office, you create powerful waves of change and growth that start with just one tangible step. The seed only grows into a tree because it was planted, so plant something new today. So great work leading up to the Spring Equinox next Monday, so that's probably why that card came out as well. So what unexpected event is going to happen? We've got the green heart healing card. So I feel like we're going to receive some healing to our heart chakra. And we've got the special number. I thought that was 33, but it's 39. So, unexpectedly, we're going to get some healing to our heart chakra. Using the colour green. Let's have a look at the book, see what it says. So yeah, Archangel Raphael will obviously be coming in to shine a soothing green light on pain, distress and heartache. The green offers freedom, tuning into your heart's desire. And it says here to visualise this radiant green diamond glowing within you, feeding your physical body what it needs right now to be stronger and more complete. So any green crystals you could work with while you're doing this work. Then take it deeper into your emotional and spiritual bodies and allow its healing light to penetrate deep to where it's needed the most. Look at the sharp points of the diamond, they're like lasers, able to direct the green energy to wherever it's needed. And it says the heart's a transmitter, so ask yourself what you transmit out into the world. Is it words of love and anger? What are you beaming out into the universe? Be aware that whatever you transmit in words, actions and thoughts comes back tenfold. So that goes back to that dodecahedron card that we had last week. So embrace the healing of the green ray and let it restore you. Be in nature, green forests, in park, in your own garden. Feel the green grass under your feet, linking into this Mother Earth card. So when we're doing this grounding, I think the unexpected thing that's going to happen is we're going to receive healing to the heart chakra for whatever pain we're holding in there this week. How can you stay balanced? A brilliant card that came out for that. Time out. Review and reflection. This is the work we need to do prior to the Spring Equinox, so definitely some journaling work. If you can, go in and sit in by water to do that. I feel like this card is telling us there's a great big moon there. With it being new moon on Tuesday, you'll be looking at what wishes you have for the next few months. So it says here, just as action is required in times of life, so is the need to stand back and review and reflect. Success comes from not rushing and trying to be first. I do that. But in taking time to plan, review and create to achieve goals and desires. So planning. I feel like the next 6 months from the Spring Equinox, what do you want to achieve? Taking a moment to look back and appreciate the difference between who you were a year ago and who you are today. What did the past teach you? Some great journaling questions. What have you gained or lost? As you look back, Metatron will show you what it is that now requires attention. Visualize yourself beside a pool of fresh water and notice where your attention wanders. Feel what you're supposed to feel and allow insight and healing to come to you. There's no rush, just a gentle, slow pace. Time stops and allows you to spend a sacred moment reflecting on all that was, all that is, and all that can be. So putting some time aside this week, I'll do that as well, to go and sit somewhere away from everybody that's really quiet with your journal and just 30 minutes to just have a good think about what's happened in the past and what you'd like for the next 6 months. And it's preparation work for the Spring Equinox, absolutely. In how we can stay balanced this week, having that bit of time to prepare for it, I think is what we're being asked to do here. And what advice does your spirit guide have? We've got a brilliant card here, because it's Archangel Sandalphon, giving us a wake-up call. And the card actually says, listen and take note. I've got a shell like that back at my house in England that I found on a beach in Portugal that I just noticed. But we're being given a wake-up call from our spirit guides this week. And I feel like the message is going to be different for each one of us. So I think we're all just going to have to tune in. You maybe do an Archangel Sandalphon meditation. Or just simply close your eyes, asking for Archangel Sandalphon's energy to surround you, and then just listening in to what he has to say. So he's heavily linked to the root chakra, which is brilliant. He's heavily linked to helping us ground, and often it's through singing and dancing. He loves to do that. He loves to get you to do that in order to ground. Let's have a look at what Amanda's book says. So this is card 11, a magical number. Card 11 links into Pluto. I think there's something going on with Pluto next week. Let me just have a look. I'm pretty sure there's something happening with Pluto that's not happened since the 18th century. Yeah, Pluto enters Aquarius the first time since 1797. And it's either on Monday or Tuesday next week. So it's interesting that number 11's come out in this reading, linking to Pluto, which is the planet of rebirth. And it also relates to the 1111 coded wake-up call program to make us sit up and take notice of spirit. So watch this week when it's 1111. You'll probably see that a lot everywhere. And it says this call that you're going to receive this week cannot be drowned out by fear or denial of that which is before you now. It's time to step into the deepest trust and heed this wake-up call. You may have been aware for some time that something needs to change, something is coming, or that a situation can no longer carry on. Your inner voice may have whispered, but Metatron now shouts the warning message loudly for you to hear. It can't go on any longer. Whatever it is needs to change. You may experience ringing in your ears, popping of energy, or an unblocking of one or both ears as you hear Metatron call you. Yeah, so listen out for ringing in your ears this week, because that will be the message they're ready for you to listen to. The call may be set against the backdrop of challenge. You may feel the lightning strikes around you, wondering how long you can stay out in the storm without getting more wounded than you already are. There's nowhere to go now except into surrender. You can ignore the call and carry on as before, but he will come back. And each time the call for change will be louder and still more insistent. The wake-up call signals that one way of doing life is now over. You need to prepare for the new, and it will be done for the highest good for you and anyone else involved. So Metatron reaches out his arms to help carry you with grace to the next stage of your journey. Wake-up calls can be both individual, affecting our own day-to-day life, and collective, entwined with raising global consciousness. So watch out for your wake-up call this week, and when you get it, please will you comment on this video and let me know what it was that you got. Be really interested to know. So an interesting week. We need to use the cube for grounding. We're going to receive some heart healing and the green ray at some point in this week. We need to take some time out and reflect on what it is that we actually want to manifest for the next 6 months from the Spring Equinox next week. And you're going to get a big wake-up call. So watch out for in the week when you see the 1111 or ringing in your ears, because that's when you're going to receive these divine messages. Okay, so I'll be back next week. Don't forget, this evening it's our weekly 3 Pentacles call on YouTube. I'll put the link in the text that comes with this video. Join us live at 7 o'clock if you're looking into building your own spiritual business or have just started. You'll receive some really good tips from our experience of doing that. So yes, please join us live, and I shall see you next Monday, where we'll be delving into the energies of the Spring Equinox, Pluto going into Aquarius, and the new moon. So a big week next week. Okay, catch you later.